Good morning, y'all. So I get this request quite a bit in emails and messages, so I've decided to do some content around it. There's a lot of you down that lens that want to know what my practice routine looks like, what my day-to-day kind of goes into, being an amateur golfer, trying to be competitive, and also working a full-time job. Who am I to not give the people what they want? We're gonna take a look at what that practice routine looks like, what some things I do out there on the course, and show you what I'm doing with my time and how I fit this into my schedule. Let's do it right meow. Sorry about the road noise, but it is rush hour in the morning. So I'm just gonna get this day started by doing a couple of wedge drills that Kurt and I have been working on. I'm sitting up here on a little bit of a downhill lie. So practicing on some downhill lies, just working on moving that club a little low and left through my release, working on strike. And I'm just gonna get started warming up today. Hitting these off a downhill lie because it forces my weight left and helps me get this feel down a little bit easier, usually. Yeah, that was beautiful. And this is this thing Kurt has me doing, putting my right hand on top and just kind of feeling that low and left release. And a problem that I have is trying to get a little too much side bend in before, instead of leaning into my left side, and that bottoms the club out, which is obviously going to impact my ability to control spin and strike. Did it again right there, just dipping that right side down. There we go, that's that sound I like to see. That's a little sloppy, but not too shabby. Oh, that's beautiful right there. That was so crisp.
On a real green, that would have been perfect.
It might have been. Oh, that was perfect. Go in the hole. All right, it's a little wet and dewy, but now I'm gonna move on to just some easy, short-sided green chips. That's a little too much. That was a little early, but it worked out. Oh, that felt good. Getting it out there. Go in. Oh, that was beautiful. Even with the ball wet, it just lands so well. Nope. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's another good one. Go in the hole. It's getting there. All right, so I'm gonna come into this deeper rough. Now we're just trying to increase the difficulty, right? We wanna be able to practice this out of all different types of situations. And I got myself a little bit of a down slope, a little bit more distance. This rough is really grown up. There we go. Oh, that's too far. Sit. Not too shabby. Gonna go with a really open face on this one, because I want to get that up and stop as soon as possible. That. of my day is going to involve a little bit of mirror work. I can't overemphasize mirror work enough. This is where you are really going to make some dramatic strides in your ability to connect what you think you're doing, your looks and your feels, to what is real. Tiger Woods talks about this a lot. What feel is not real, and when you can connect those two, some magical things happens, as he says. This is why you see him on the range looking like a fool over here, you know, doing all of this. He didn't even have a club in his hand. This is why you see him over here on the range, you know, doing all of this, you know, over here, like backing his booty up, looking like a fool on the range. Like, he's really working like these exaggerated feels in. And doing it in front of a mirror, it connects what you're looking at with what is actually happening so that you can start to draw a closer understanding of what you're doing. Because oftentimes what you think you're doing and what you're actually doing is so far differently removed that it becomes difficult for your brain to process that. And it's always helpful for me to stand in front of a mirror, look at my setup, and I just use the boards on my floor to be square. I look at my setup. I just literally check sometimes just what my setup looks like. What does my grip look like, you know? We're working with a weaker grip for me on the top front, so you're gonna see that hand's a little bit more weak. I feel when I'm hitting my golf club that my arm is super steep, but as I can look through the mirror and kind of look and realize, it's actually not that steep. It's where it needs to be. I wanna come out and go what feels like to me vertical with the club. Like, in my mind, it feels like the club is doing this and coming straight up. That's what it feels like to me. That's not what happens when I look in the mirror. When I have that same feeling and it feels like it goes straight up, the club just gets into a good spot. So now I'm just working on releasing that club down, throwing those angles away, and pushing down with this hand so that I can get that face to square up and then release low and left. That's my feel. That's what I'm trying to work on with Kurt, and that's what helps me hit the ball straight. I occasionally get a little too jammed up and I get those handles a little high, start hitting that toe. I want to be down, pushing through to the left, releasing low and left. That's exactly what I'm working on. And later in the day, I'll probably get on the X-Putt, work out some long distance lag putting as well. But for right now, really just want to get into a good habit. And I may put some alignment sticks. Actually, yeah, let me put some alignment sticks down. I don't know how your eyes are set up, but everybody sees differently. I can tell standing back from here that these lines are relatively straight. I know that if I step in here and I align my feet and my body, so I'm just making sure that I get my eyes in a good spot over the ball to see straight, and this just helps me really work on my putting position. And there you go, right in the center of the hole. It can help sometimes to just set up a station and put some markers down for what you think is straight, and align them correctly so that you can fix your face to see straight. Fix your face. Fix your head and fix your body setup in your position to see straight. And one of the things I'm noticing is that I was getting too far over the ball, so I can rest a little bit back in my heels when I'm setting up to my putter. And now that's looking a lot more straight. And there you have it. That's a regular weekday practice session for me. If I can only get an hour or so at the golf course, I use the rest of my time at home, mirror drills, putting, basic grip, basic posture, basic alignment. Let me know in the comment sections below if you have any questions about anything I'm working on, or if you want to see any other content related to this. If you made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching. Deuces, people. Let's keep it moving.